So we're going live. I can, oh wow, I can even share my screen if I wanted to. Oh, fancy, fancy. So in the future, I'll know that I can do that, and maybe I'll share a screen with you for some reason. I might try and do something fancy in the tween time. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, we're going to start in about 5 minutes, fam. So don't you worry if you're like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. Aren't they going to start? Yes, we are. We are going to start very soon. And you'll be seeing your poets, you'll be seeing your readers, sharing the news with you. I'm going to share our Indigo Poetry. I'm recording all this. And I have a mic, and I'll give you for the first time. I'm doing commentary. I'm doing the thing. Hello. Oh, beloveds, I hope that you are really enjoying our time together. Folks who have just joined us on YouTube, I hope that if the sound's not working for you, you let me know. I know you will. You let me know in the chat. Oh, Raina, that sound doesn't work. And I'm not seeing my sound percolating in the way that I would like it to. Tap my mic. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's right there. Maybe if I take that away. What happens for you, my YouTube people? Is that a little bit better? I hope that's a little bit better for you. I love it, please. Okay, I'm checking my mics. I think my mics are good on the YouTube. I've got some beautiful things being shown there. And we're almost ready to go. We have about 2 more minutes till we start this thing. The microphone here to make sure it's not.
Okay, you want even if it doesn't work?
Just take off that one. Take off the
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, then I take it off.
Yep.
Bounce up means the cameras up.
Yeah. All right, beautiful people on the Instagram Live, we're about to start in about 1 minute. Because, you know, the time is the time, and the time is the time again. So I'll be welcoming us pretty soon. And if you know that somebody wanted to be a part of this conversation today, to hear these poems, text them, welcome them. Don't let them miss the live. I'll be checking as well the chat just to invite you in as I can. And this will also be saved for the future, for posterity, for the archives, for the revolution, for as long as we have access to the technology. All right, I think we're going to be going up to the main mic right now in our little script.
Hi. We're asking for $5 suggested donation, and you can either get a QR code or cash.
QR codes.
Good evening, beautiful people. I am so happy. And I've got a little reverb, so I know I need to give some space. All right.
So this is not working.
All right, y'all. Hi.
Hi, Raina.
My name is Raina León, and I'm one of the co-curators or co-hosts for Wild Indigo Poetry. And this evening, you made a good choice. As my son would say, oftentimes when we leave the house, he'll be like, "Make good choices, mommy." Thanks. Thanks, I'll make good choices. I'm glad they're teaching you that. So Wild Indigo Poetry, this is our first night, and we have two incredible poets this evening, Gabriel Ramirez and Denice Frohman. We also have an open mic, and if you are feeling daring, and even if you're not, but you've got that poem that's burning within you that must be shared this evening, there may be a space on that open mic.
Yes, there is.
It's calling for you. I know it is. I know it is. So we're happy again that we've made this choice. We are gathered in a really pivotal time, y'all. Did you watch the debate? I did. Activation and transformation. Concern in the face of multiple crises, and yet a belief in what the people can do, because the people can do much.
Yeah.
And the poem, we believe in the power of the poem and its ability to spark change, to be in concert with action. And you'll hear about our collaborative co-partners in this reading series, that we all believe in that. We know that language can lead to change or threat, how it can be used to mobilize hate, and we choose love tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
A love that blooms wildly, remarkably in this time of breath, as clear as its life-giving purpose as water. So it is always important for us to engage in land acknowledgement. I'm borrowing from the land acknowledgement from the city of Philadelphia, in noting that this land, now known as Philadelphia, was home to and cared for, and is home to and is cared by Native peoples. This includes the Lenape people of Lenape and Hoking and the Pawtuxet, Delaware Bay. We recognize those tribes' strength and history of resistance to colonization. We commit to honoring their history, presence, and future. And the city of Philadelphia notes the specific local Native peoples and communities that they support: the Nanticoke Lenape Tribal Nation, the Ramapo Lenape Nation, the Powhatan Lenape Nation, the Nanticoke of Millsboro, Delaware, and the Lenape of Chesapeake, Delaware. Knowing that our modern systems of growing food and owning property are built on the stolen land of indigenous people, the enslavement of African people, and the genocide of both Native and Black communities and cultures, and genocide is not just historical. Violent acts continue to impact Black and indigenous communities today, communities across the world today. We must understand and name these realities. for me, I remember a story that was shared with me of someone doing a land acknowledgement and the indigenous representative from the indigenous community at that conference saying, "That's nice and all, just give us our land back though." Like, so thanks for the words. So for me, I know that whenever I do a land acknowledgement, I donate. So for me, I am donating to the Nanticoke Lenape Nation. You can find more information about their community at the nlltribalnation.org. So I model that for you, and you think about your practice, but I can't give people their land back. But I can donate to community. I can donate to for movement and their right to self-determination. So shifting to our logistics in this night, the cider here is really good, y'all. It's really good. I myself prefer the ginger. I got a little kick to it. I like that a lot. Whatever you choose, tip your bartender. Zaire and Stephanie are working behind the bar tonight. Am I missing anybody else who's working behind the bar? Okay. Okay, Zaire's in the kitchen. Okay. So tip your bartenders. Be attentive to the food that you're going to take on. This is a beautiful and loving community, and I hope that you not only have come tonight to be a part of this, but will come many, many more times. So I also, you may notice that there are cameras there. You don't have to modify your movements to keep on moving. We're on Instagram and we're on YouTube. So if you got people who are like, I wish I could come, I got things, I got babies, you can text them right now. Say, don't worry, wildindigo.poetry. You can find it on YouTube, on Instagram. Hello, people. So Stephanie's working, but can I get you for 1 second to tell us about Young American, where we are? Maybe. Can you tell us about Young American? You're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
We do have one seat in the front row if anybody wants to.
Wow, poetry squad rolls deep. I like it. Give yourself a hand. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you to our curators, Raina and Sarah. Give it up for them. They have put together a beautiful 3 to 4 months of just amazing programming with some really special poets who are going to be coming through. Yeah, a little bit about Young American. Myself and Jesse and Kate, who's not here, we're the co-owners here. And yeah, this is basically the function of this space you're looking at. It's a community hub. It's for people to gather and people from all different places come here and have all kinds of conversations, poetry discussions, a lot of first dates. A lot of COVID babies resulting from said first dates. But even more than that, yeah, we really just wanted to curate a space for people to be together, low stimulus, just make eye contact. And a lot of the times what we love is that people come here not knowing someone and leave knowing someone. So for us, that sense of community and just like connectivity is really important. And also we make cider, which is another byproduct. Oh, thank you, Elliot. A ringing endorsement from Elliot, I appreciate it. Yeah, so we have small bites. There's some menus floating around. Let me know if you have any questions or any dietary restrictions. We do have a couple of gluten-free as well as vegan and vegetarian options for folks. And yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Stephanie, do we have any more chairs?
We might have a few outside.
Okay.
There are some willing hands.
If there are willing hands.
No, Seth, you can't be a willing hand.
I'm a willing
Because I'm about to introduce you.
So this night, as well as next month, are also in collaboration, one with Reclaim Philadelphia, and Seth is going to talk about that partnership in just a moment, but also with the Essentials Review and NALAC, which is the National Association for Latino Arts and Culture. So the Essentials Review has been in existence for goodness, 17 years over that now. And we're doing, hey, yes. Oh, yes. That's good to you. So we're doing a celebration of the first 15 years of history for the Census Review, and we published over 1,000 Latinx voices across at least 5 different languages. And some of our readers who are in the first 2 months will be published within that anthology. So representative folks from that. So super excited to be in partnership for a Wild Indigo with the Census Review and NALAC. And Sarah's going to talk a little bit about the whole purpose, the whole vision behind this.
Thank you. Can I ask you all to take a second to just look around at each other? Because you are beautiful. You are so beautiful. And Raina is an incredible partner in this project. So can we give it up for Raina León? You all know the great Indian writer and activist Arundhati Roy. She writes, "Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing." That breath, which imagines and therefore helps us build the world we long for, that breath is poetry. Our vision for the Wild Indigo Poetry series is exactly this: to build that world with our common breath, poem by poem, bit by bit, to build community that is multiracial, multicultural, multi-generational, multi-dimensional. Yeah. To engage our neighbors in movements for social change, to showcase a diverse lineup of contemporary, local, and national poets, and to provide opportunities for local poets to share their work on the open mic. I think there's one more spot on today's open mic available, so get on it. We're so glad you're with us on this journey, and thank you for carrying chairs. It's what we do. We work together to build the world we want to see, which is the one in which we all pitch in. The people have the power. And on that note, I want to introduce the new executive director of Reclaim Philadelphia, an organization building the world we want to see. Many of you know him because he ran for city council last year. We came so close up here in the Northwest. And we're going to do it again in a couple of years. But in the meantime, Seth is our fearless leader at Reclaim Philadelphia. Let's give it up for Seth Anderson Overman.
Thank you so much, Sarah and Raina, and to our poets who have come here today to share their words and their visions. I'm incredibly excited about this project and incredibly excited to be working with Sarah and Raina on it. I've always been a lover of poetry. This is my mother over here. She's a poet. I grew up as a kid reading her poetry, and there was a point too where we had a friend who stayed with us. Some may know of him, Etheridge Knight, who was who happened to live in our house for, I don't know, the better part of a year or so.
Wow.
And so this was in Germantown in the 70s, and so and I've just always I've grown up around and with and thinking about artists, not just poets, artists in general, who can share a different vision and imagination for what the world can be, not just what it is, and can speak to people's experiences, to their hearts, to their lived experiences in a way that some of us who do kind of organizing and movement work. I've been a union organizer for 25 years before recently starting with Reclaim. And we're all organizing. We're all, I think, trying to build community, trying to connect, trying to change hearts and minds, and build a people-powered movement in this city and in this country that can wrest power away from corporations and capital and those who are, trying to destroying our planet and destroying our communities and destroying our cultures and our, so I love the idea. I mean, artists have always been at the forefront of movements for change, have always inspired movements for change. And I'm very excited about working together in a very intentional way to try to create the world that we deserve to live in. And so without any further ado, what's that? Poems. Exactly. Thank you. Who's emceeing? Right? All right, thank you. Oh, one more thing. I would not be doing my job as the ED of Reclaim if I did not say this. If you are interested, please join. We cannot do this without you. This world that we're building, we need you to help build it. So Cynthia is the Northwest chapter leader, is one of our Northwest chapter leaders, and she's bringing around a sign-in sheet. We're building a strong club here, but we all in the North and Northwest, but we also have chapters all around Philadelphia. So if you're from the neighborhood and you came in, please join and we'll get in touch with you. We promise, very soon. And if you're from a neighborhood, please sign, and we'll have those chapter leaders get in touch with you very soon. But we can't do this without you. We need to fight together for the world that we deserve. And with that, I'll go away.
Thank you.
I'm so short. All right, y'all. I'm your tester for poets, but before that happens, I'm going to read you one poem. There are seats, so if you would like to rest your body down, there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and I know that there was another, and 4. Okay, so you feel free to adjust yourselves. Okay. Also, phones. I have 3 babies at home, and I love them, and I'm available to them, and I have put Do Not Disturb on my phone. So I'm just modeling to you what you can do on your phone, and muting them as you can. Okay, the poem. Because your poets, your curators, your hosts are also poets.
Yes, they are.
So a newer poem. On the canvas, 2 lithe figures rise from a dark graphite pool, fixed and yet still liquid. Arctic wonder to steam into the pulsating air. Around them, their arms hold each other close, one's hand tangled in the other's hair. I gaze on them and think of hot springs and how my own lovers gaze 2 stone tubs carved out in a private wood cabin, a bronze font for opening to Luxor, a drain to release the stew. How he looked at me as if I was icon, hungry to devour as we undressed and set ourselves down, each to the carved cradle, our hands to reach and touch, our voices bubbling into desirous caress. We too have lost ourselves to steam. Found our we in clinging to each other's flesh, leaning close into the intimate and reciprocal, a new being made from our bevy of bones, our hidden ribboning. Oh, my beloved, with whom I have written into our matter and meet all this life of welcome and release. Look how the steam becomes the waterfall behind the dam, the flux of us riding downstream together. Because love is revolution too. So I'm about to introduce our first poet. And when I do, they're going to be super excited. And they're going to want to run up here. And I'm going to tell them, no, wait, because I'm going to do something first. Because your hands are not warm yet. So I'm going to warm your hands up in the way of Sandra Garcia Rivera in her incredible hosting of La Lunada, a series that no longer exists but did for decades in San Francisco. And was such an incredible inspiration for me, and I share that with you now because we can't forget our history.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And especially in the space of performance and poetry, sometimes those histories people forget. Folks don't write them down, so I'm sharing them with you. We're archiving, we're recording, because folks should know her name, and they should know that series, and they should know how to warm their hands. So Gabriel Ramirez is a queer Afro-Latinx poet, activist, and teaching artist. Gabriel has received fellowships from the Conversation Literary Arts Festival, Palm Beach Poetry Festival, the Watering Hole, CantoMundo, and Calabun. Gabriel's electrifying writing and performance are catalysts towards healing and bring awareness to mental health, Afro-Latinidad, the African diaspora, self-love, masculinity, and social change. Gabriel has performed on Broadway at the New Amsterdam Theater, United Nations, Lincoln Center, Apollo Theater, and other venues and universities around the nation. Gabriel was featured in Huffington Post, Vibe Magazine, Gravity, Upworthy, The Flama, and Remezcla. Gabriel's work has also appeared in anthologies like Veteran American Poetry, What Saves Us, Poems of Empathy and Outrage in the Age of Trump, The Breakbeat Poets, Volume 4, Latinx. And you can follow Gabriel on @RamirezPoet and RamirezPoet.com. Okay, I know they're going to be super excited about coming up here, but no, you're not ready. So, take your hands, put them together. Oh, they want to meet. And we're going to rub them together. We're going to get that heat going. And then we're going to start with just a little clap. I know it's so hard. It's been a long day. And then we're going to give a little bit more. And then we're going to give a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And we're almost there. I think we might be ready now.
Hi, yo.
Tiny bite.
And then I'm gonna do something like this.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Tiny Mike. This made me think. When you got undiagnosed ADHD, we want to talk about things that are not about. Come on. Hi. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Reina. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Denice. Thank you to all of you, the homies, gang, for coming out. Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna be reading a work that I don't usually read out in the world and in public.
Is it new shit?
New to y'all. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
all right.
But yeah, let's just do that for the one time for the culture. New shit.
New shit.
Right. Everybody's like, huh? So yeah, I brought the last of these chapbooks that I've been printing for a little while called Learn Your Song. I got like 5 copies in total here. And that's because I have something coming out in November. We'll talk. I'll be reading poems from both of these chapbooks, and it's gonna be really sweet to be like, love you, homie. Thank you for holding me down. Time to get a little spine and a fly cover one time. Okay? So yeah.
So these are for sale?
Yeah, and they're $10.
Only
Only $10.
You can't afford not to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So let's get into it, y'all. Cool. Damn, that bell was perfectly timed. Shouts out to the bell. Learn your song. I survived. That's all there is to say about the trampling of forest or some